Honestly, I would not recommend working more than one job while you're in college. You already know I'm about to give you a story time. So prior to me getting my two other jobs, I was already working for CVS for about 2.5 years. And there was one time in the summer where I had to go home for an extended period of time. I was going to be gone for like a month or two because of this surgical internship that I had. Now, I received approval from senior leadership at my CVS store, so I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Anyway, after my internship ended, I went back to Connecticut to my CVS store to start working. I was on the schedule, everything. I told my manager I'll be back on this day, let me know when I'm supposed to show up. So she told me when I was supposed to show up, and I was working. Like, I came back, and for 2 weeks, I was working consistently. And then when direct deposit day came, there was no direct deposit. So I went to the store manager and was like, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't gotten my check. I kind of need to sort of pay rent and bills. And all he said was, I told them to stop putting you on the schedule because you fell out of the system because you hadn't logged into a CVS computer. By computer, it's basically just like the registers that they have. Everyone has an employee ID and password, and you're supposed to log into it. And if you don't work for, I think it's like 60 days or something like that, your employee ID completely falls out of the system. Which makes absolutely no sense to me, because what about people who are on maternity leave or sabbatical? I was so young. Like, now as I'm older, I realized I could have sought out legal representation, because they can't do that. You can't make somebody work for 2 weeks and all of a sudden be like, we're not going to pay you because you fell out of the system. Anyway, so from that moment, I was really nervous because I seriously had to pay my rent. My rent was only like $300 at the time, but I was also contributing to like my lab fees at school, feeding myself because I didn't have a meal plan, all the other pocket money you just need in college to, just live life. So I thought, okay, while I'm figuring out all this CVS drama, I still got to pay my bills. So I went to the mall and got a job at Charlotte Russe and Macy's. Now, this is why I would never recommend doing this. It got to be so much for me to manage, taking 19 credits and having 3 jobs, that I actually would fall asleep without even realize I was sleeping. Like, I remember one time I came home from work and I apparently passed out on the living room floor and woke up the next morning. I had no idea. I was literally running off of 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night and pure vibes. It got to be so difficult to manage my schedule that I actually missed my microbiology final. I wrote in my agenda the day the final was supposed to take place, and apparently it was either moved or I miscalculated the date somehow. I took it from the syllabus, so I don't know. I think I just missed the lecture because I was at work and I didn't realize that the test date was moved until I was on the bus to work at 5 a.m. because anybody who works at Macy's knows you got to show up early. And my classmate was like, oh, how was the test for you? My professor ended up failing me and I had to retake the class. She did not care that I had to work to support myself. So yeah, it's hard and I don't recommend it.